Hi, Professor Latoya. My speech is going to be on why we should recycle. Recycling. Ever since I was little, my parents have always taught me to recycle, and to not to buy another water bottle, but to instead use the one that I'm already using. I wouldn't say that we're the most environmental friendly group of people, but we definitely tried our hardest to do its best for the world and for the environment, basically. My mother would always take us out to get our own little plastic water bottle, and that was always the best time. We'd go to Walmart and pick it out, and it would just be so fun. However, in my everyday life, I obviously recycle like that, but I have my own way of recycling. I have a huge love for fashion and love finding new pieces to pair with for different things. And so whenever I get the chance, I try to go thrift shopping, and that makes so I make the chance to try to go thrift shopping. That's basically when you buy the clothes, like when you send clothes away that you don't want, and then you buy them for extremely low prices. So it's kind of like a charity shop or something like that. In fact, the shirt I'm wearing right now was thrifted. I cut it and revamped it myself, but I love it. As you can see, you can recycle almost anything and turn it into something new. And I think that's so important for preserving our world. There are many reasons why you should recycle, but some aren't so obvious. Recycling helps the environment in many ways. Every day people are buying more products. No, every day people are making more money, they're buying more, and creating more waste. And waste, that's a huge impact on our natural environment. For example, many landfill sites create lots of chemicals, and they are released from the rubbish right into the air, right into the air. But recycling them helps reduce the pollution. So instead of just getting rid of that can of soda, put it in the recycle bin so that way we can be one step closer to saving our world. Places like rainforests can be preserved because recycling reduces the need for raw materials, and that helps with deforestation and so on. And I'm sure many of us have heard that we need to preserve natural materials. You know, on those little bus stands, like they always have the little recycling bin, and it says something like this: you need to recycle, reduce, and reuse. You know, we need to reduce the amount that we're using, the amount of energy that we're using, and to preserve our natural materials. We need to just stop using so much energy. When using new products, we're using large sums of energy. Instead, we should try to recycle materials. It's much less energy and helps us to preserve. On a more personal note, recycling also affects us as people. Our economy, no matter how messed up it is, can be much better by recycling. Our economy, no matter how messed up it is, can be much better by recycling. It reduces the financial expenditure in the economy, and which would save a lot of money because making products from raw materials is way more expensive than making products from reused materials. Not reused, but recycled materials. A lot of us today are naive about the idea that the earth is just going to stay the way it is. We're in Little Eden, nothing's really going on because we can't see it. We can't see like what it's really doing to our earth. But it's there. Trust me, it's there. And we have to preserve our earth for our children and our children's children. Recycling reduces the need for raw materials and will help us live longer. Speaking of today's economy, it's hard enough for people to find jobs. So I thought this was so cool because it's so hard for people to find jobs. I'm looking for a job myself, and families out there who are living in low class and just are really run down and like need help, this is a whole other job for them to get. So aside from all the benefits that recycling gives us, creating more jobs is great, and in the long run is benefiting our economy. I think it may be weird to mention this, but it matters to me. So I thought that recycling is a way for us to feel like superheroes, just because as long as we're working towards something way bigger together than ourselves, then it's a small way for us to just make a difference. Throwing away that bottle or reusing this material just is such a way for us to make a difference and to create a positive impact on our world. Although on the contrary, recycling does have some negative effects. some of the biggest obstacles of recycling is contamination. That's basically when the original material that you want to use is contaminated or has impurities or toxins inside of it that would be put into new materials that we are going to use, which is kind of a big risk to take. Like, something could have lead in it and then it's put into a children's toy and your child is chewing on it. That sounds really bad, but it could happen. For example, in Taiwan, many buildings for years were made of recycled steel until recently we found out that that steel had been giving people gamma radiation poisoning, and that has been going on for about 12 years. So that's one of the more harsher cases, but it's there. It happens. It's real. It can happen. And another case is recycling trucks, trash trucks. Those trucks, the amount of exhaust and pollution that's putting into our air. One of those trucks, the exhaust from it has 3 dozen airborne toxins in one of those trucks. So no matter the purpose, it's increasing the air pollution in our air. Even the factories where recycling is processed, the amount of energy that is used to actually recycle the item is causing a lot of air pollution from those factories. But in conclusion, recycling has been around for a long time, and even though there are negative and positive effects to it, I believe that the positive outweighs the negative. If we're going to save this planet and move forward as a race, we have to make sacrifices for things and an overall beneficial cause. This is a beneficial cause. My parents taught me to recycle, and that's what I'm going to do because it's my little piece to help save the world. Bye.